Hello, Oliver Cast, Oliver 2023, GPT Cast. I'm Lewis Trotter and I'm playing Mr. Sourberry and / others. And I'm also the dialect coach for this show. This is the first show that I've had the honor of dialect coaching. Bear with me as I break into this process. It's just something I'm really excited about, so I really just am doing it more out of fun than anything else. So bear with me as I'm gonna get a little nerdy. Here's how to use this video. I have printed out these for everyone, the Cockney Dialect sound substitutions. So this video is just gonna be me saying the different sounds and different sentences, and then I'll have timestamps and you can follow through and watch whatever sounds you want to hear repeated again, and then you can repeat it, and then you can do it as many times as you want, or just once if you're just awesome. You can kind of mix and match based on your character. No two people sound the same anyway. I just kind of have these as a resource so everyone has a baseline of sounds that to pull from. These are just some kind of things to play with as you're building your characters, whatever. What we're kind of going for with this is not a perfect, accurate Cockney dialect. If you were to pull a real person who speaks with a Cockney dialect off the street, we probably wouldn't be able to understand everything they say. You wouldn't be able to understand actors if they were on stage speaking a completely 100% accurate Cockney dialect. Heightened enunciation that you need on stage, plus speaking with an accurate Cockney dialect doesn't mesh. It doesn't mesh. So what we want is kind of a hybrid of what our audiences in the Midwest can understand and what also gets the message across that we're in a lower class English environment. Just looking for kind of a cohesive, where everyone sounds like they're in the same world. I'm just kind of here for a resource for your own exploration. So the biggest thing about the Cockney dialect is kind of this nasality that comes with it, and that's because everyone kind of spoke the same way in England, and then as the classes started to separate, the lower class was the kind of more run-down environments, so they were out in the cold, so they would kind of talk in their nose more. So this kind of got this nasality to it, which you can see in a lot of the sounds that we're about to go through. So let's begin. So the first one is the ah to aw sound. It's just the deepening of the aw. So thought, fork, spot, job, water, awful. If you want to repeat after me, whatever. If you want to say it along with me, whatever. If you just want to listen, whatever. So the example sentence. Paul is awkward when talking while walking. Paul is awkward when talking while walking. Sweet. I'm sure you sound fantastic. So the second sound is E goes to E. E to E. We dream, teach, achieve. So here's the sentence. It's Steve leaves beans on his clean green jeans. Steve leaves beans on his clean green jeans. So the next one is kind of similar to that. Oo to oo. So that's oo to oo. To, o, co, chose, use. Example sentence is O's used my blue suit. O's used my blue suit. The next one is the A sound to, it's more of an I. A to I. So my, change, nime. It almost sounds kind of Australian or kind of like New Zealand, especially when you have it like the isolation sentence, you hear it over and over again. But if you have it like interspersed into normal dialogue, this is a key sound that you would want. The example sentence is the rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain. The rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain. So this next one, the sound is I to kind of an oi. I to oi. Sign, fine, why, might, diamonds. The example sentence: there are mighty fine giants in the sky. There are mighty fine giants in the sky. This next one is the one I struggle with the most. It's really nasal. Ow to ow. Town, about, now, sound, powder. The sentence is: about now, the crowd runs all round the town. About now, the crowd runs all round the town. This one has to be one of my favorites. O to ow. O to ow. Gow. Show. Blow. Tuckow. The example sentence: Joe knows he's got to row the boat slow. Joe knows he's got to row the boat slow. Now we move on to consonants. So the R sound is light or completely goes away when followed by a vowel. You'll hear this all kinds of English accents. It's no different in Cockney. Burn, barn, born, letter, hire, wear, beer, pliers, employer, hour. Example sentence: the bird was perched near the park. The bird was perched near the park. Next one: dropping H's. Oh, you better pick it up, you dropped your H. A fun kind of thing about this is that they drop their H's on words that have H's, but sometimes words that don't have H's, they'll put an H before it. So they really just want to confuse you. That's their goal. I looked through the script and there's some dialogue that has an H added. O, be ed. Example sentence: Harry had hiccups on his holiday. Harry had hiccups on his holiday. This one is really fun. L's go to so I'll explain. Unless it's followed by another vowel. For example, coal, pill, fell, elbow, kneel, smell, middle, official. But you won't do it on words like feelings, fella, shadow, collect, police, smell it, call off. They all stay the same. Smell, if it's followed by it. The next word starts with a vowel. You want to sound that L. So smell it instead of smell it. Example sentence: Bill's pal Phil still feels ill. Bill's pal Phil still feels ill. That's one I won't say is really central to the dialect. That one's kind of take it or leave it, but I like it. Next one, ing, ing to n. Instead of running, jumping, swimming. Example sentence: he's thinking about moving into buying and selling. He's thinking about moving into buying and selling. Next one, the voiceless TH sound, the moves to an F. So to instead of think, you'd have think, frau, theater, nothing. Example sentence: anything worth doing is worth doing in the bath. Anything worth doing is worth doing in the bath. This next one is very central to the Cockney dialect. It's the glottal stop sound. You have this thing called the epiglottis. It opens and shuts like this to let air through or not. It kind of moves like this. But when you do a glottal stop, it's just cutting off the sound. It sounds like t, k, p. Go to got, little, bottle, lot of, put is. Example sentence: a lot of better writers print a lot of little words. A lot of better writers print a lot of little words. I added this in extra fun because 1, it's a little bit confusing, and 2, it won't make or break the dialect. It's just kind of an extra thing. This one is the voice th, so th goes to duh when the sound starts a syllable. For example, do, do, or do, dish, that. However, the same noise, the th, when it's in the final syllable of a word, goes to a v. Either, mother, sliver, feather, breathe, other, without. An example sentence. Those other brothers then were breathing. Those other brothers then were breathing. So now that you know all the sounds, you can play around with them. Coordination exercise kind of brings it all together. It's fun to have these in your back pocket when you're doing your warm-ups. This first one, a really good exercise for the glottal stops. Betty bought some butter, but she said, this butter's bitter. If I mix it with my batter, it will make my batter bitter. So, she bought some better butter, and she mixed it with her batter, and she made her batter better. Do with that what you want. This next one is my favorite. The song, I'll teach you how the song goes. All I want is a proper cup of coffee, made in a proper cup of coffee pot. I may be off my dot, but I want a proper coffee in a proper cup of pot. Iron coffee pots and tin coffee pots, they are no use to me. If I can't have a proper cup of coffee in a proper cup of coffee pot, I'll have a cup of tea. Tea. That's it. You made it through the thing. I'm not a genius. I don't know this stuff. I got all this stuff from a book. I can share this book with you if you want. I also got a lot of this stuff from my mentor in Emporia. A lot of the sentences I did make up myself because I think they're fun. But if you want to see this book, if you want to know more, reach out. I would love to nerd out about all this stuff. Also, if there's stuff that Mitch ever says that he wants done a certain way, or certainly if there's anything in music, certainly take music director's word over mine in that case, because clarity is what we're going for here. If this adds a flavor and puts us in a setting, cool, but clarity is really the thing that should be the main priority. This is gonna be so much stinking fun, and I'm so stinking excited to be doing this show, to be here and to be with all of you, and I'm looking forward to meeting all of you. Let's do this thing. Oliver 2023 at GPT. Oliver 2023 at GPT.